Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII on the Mysterious Chokey. And we've got a much better setup for fighting Chocobo Eaters now. So let's continue to move towards Canopus Farms. Which would not be going this way. Glad I kind of looked at the mini-map there. Sultan Leda. You know, I'm just going to ignore you. It's like, I shouldn't be fighting all of you because we're going to be loading a state where I've already dealt with these guys completely. It's a Day Ring Blossom. We don't care. Because again, I'm going to be loading state. But I want to capture the overall sense of what's going on, Holmes. I don't know if there's a certain number of Chocobo Eaters I'm supposed to defeat before I trigger this quest or anything like that. I'm just going to allow the Chocobo Eater to go basically eat that woman. It's not a Chocobo, so maybe it'll decide it's not hungry, but we're hungry for her. It's hungry. Hungry for the heavyweight championship. That quote is, of course, from George Foreman's KO Boxing, the incredibly awesome boxing game for the SNES that I'm sure everyone played. I vaguely remember having come over and hung out.
Did you hear?
Uh-huh.
No, what?
No,
Canopus Farms is covered in clouds of chaos.
Cool.
The villagers managed to flee to safety, but as long as the chaos remains, they can't return to their homes.
Boo-boo.
I'm detecting large infusions of chaos in the area. They're all over Canopus Farms.
Why would chaos suddenly appear across a single village like that?
Why would chaos suddenly appear from out of the dark? So in fact, we have a battle that we want to deal with over here. And I'm going to want to throw down a save, just in case. Oh, by the way, I should explain. I bought a new refurbished Xbox 360 because my old Xbox 360 was dying and basically just not wanting to play this game, and I wanted to finish the LP. So now I've got new save games where, because I haven't gone in and changed the clock on this new Xbox 360, it thinks it's 2005. So it is getting highly confused. So we're going to throw down a save just in case I mess this up. But eventually I'll be loading a different save where we've done more off-screen progress.
This is hard on the poor doctor.
You want to tell me what's going on, maybe?
Lightning! Do something! Please! Please stop them!
Them being...
My field will be lost!
I'm not really that worried, but... What about the heretic pilgrim over there? Well, there's some guy over there that's like really celebrating.
They're inside the chaos. I've got to get them to safety.
Doctor, it's too late.
Did all the
I
villagers
thought they had
make it
some
out okay?
kooky Final Fantasy language. Why does the scientist say Canopus Farms in like English?
Chocobos, they were too slow.
I saw
Chocobos, of course, are known for being
It
slow.
was a chocobo eater. If we don't get those chocobos to safety fast, they'll be slain. Every last one of them.
Oh, I'm sure he'll eat one or two and then leave the rest for later.
You want to help your fellows, is that it?
You got to stand there and
Didn't need to ask.
just put your tits on the glass, lady. Just completely take over the shot.
The monster inside is too large to be a chocobo. I can only assume that it's a chocobo eater.
Yeah, like they just said. Alright, well. What is this guy's deal? Because he was like, yeah, this is awesome, yeah! Innkeeper?
This is not good at all.
But can I still say at the end?
At least my wares are safe.
Yep. This is here in case you screwed up and really need it. A warrior's potion. Again, none of this matters, so I guess I'll buy this stuff in case I screw up. He doesn't sell Phoenix Downs. Heretic Pilgrim.
Latham is seeking the sacred grail of Valhalla.
Meanwhile, there's a massive chaos field here, but that's hardly interesting.
I've never seen a chaos infusion like this.
But I do see chaos Guy Shaw Greens. This is so stupid. Planting chaos seeds. They're playing the awesome music from the monster chocobos of Final Fantasy 13-2. Fuck you!
It's time. Together we can prevail. The light of your soul is mine. Keep up if you can.
Alright, so standard tactics apply, but he'll be angrier than usual here. They've got increased stats in the chaos, but mostly they just have regen. I think they have more hit points than they have regen. And it might be that they've got extra other shit.
I'm no thief. Your most valuable treasure. Your soul is my plunder. Your soul is my plunder. The light of your soul. Try to keep up.
I just need to get him dizzy again now that he's... Oh, I should get deep protect. I should get deep protect on him too. So now I've got haste, and I shouldn't have overclocked at that point. This is kind of wasteful.
Your soul is plunder. You can't read me.
Retake haste, even though you already had it. Trying to get too aggressive there, I guess. Yeah, that quick stagger I think is really helping with the Gale Strike. He gets real grumpy. Just overclocked the kind of shit here. Alright. That's Chocobo Eater Maximum destroyed. Not Omega, just the one who's part of this quest. So yeah, it's a little wasteful, but the point was I wanted to finish this quest, because I think I finished it more efficiently EP. I probably used more items and less EP off screen, figuring I could replace items with cash, but at this point I'm just showing off that yeah, we have an event. Canopus Farms attacked by a Chaos Chocobo Eater. Odin, the magic Chocobo, decides he wants to help, so in we go. And you have to do that before Chocobo Eater Omega will spawn. Doesn't automatically mean it's going to spawn now, but... Oh, it just puked out a Chaos Fragment, apparently. Aww. We should probably eat them. We don't want to waste the meat.
Forgive me. I couldn't do it. I couldn't save your friends.
It was too much fun to watch them die. You some kind of
I can
Phoenix
do that.
Chocobo now with healing tears?
Let me pray for them. It's no substitute for salvation. But at the very least, perhaps I can give them peace.
You insult them with your pagan beliefs. Okay, apparently he's turning back into Odin.
My friend, you have to know, I am powerless.
Oh, shut up.
I couldn't save all the souls who yearned for salvation.
Look, you know my whole deal as an Eidolon originally in the first game was that I came to murder you at your time of feeling most desperate, and you found the strength to defeat me, so you were permitted to live. So don't talk like that, because I'll start killing you again.
With each failure, I grew more despondent. But even in my despair, I kept fighting. The bond we had, it transcended centuries. No matter how much we changed, I always felt your strength.
I'm a Chocobo
In
again.
my darkest hours, you made me strong.
Making this slightly kooky. Alright, well, quest complete. The Chocobos are still dead. We got 4,200 Gil, a Goggenrod, and Odin's Horn. And... like I said, a couple hundred maximum HP is not that big of a deal, but we were getting, like, yeah. Our last quest reward was much bigger in terms of some of that kind of stuff. You guys got anything to say? There was a Chaos Fragment sitting around over here. Yeah.
The doctor told me today that my apprenticeship is over. He said I've got nothing more to learn. I can become a vet. He still calls me Seven, though. That hasn't changed. Not that it matters. The best vet in the world says I'm a qualified veterinarian.
I don't think I saw that before, but...
If the great historian cannot find the divine vessel, then I say to you, no one can.
Can we wait a bit? I've got to... really want to recalibrate these weapons.
Gosh, I hope Mr. Gazelle is going to be all right.
He's right there. He's fine.
I haven't given up. Don't worry.
Well, my assistant seems to think I have. Alright, so let's quit out. And, Goggenrod is a Woppet, by the way, that I'm making use of on my defensive, dress sphere when we go forward, because, it is not particularly impressive for its offense, but it has some kind of like ATP regen boost. ATP rather, which seems useful. So I'm going to say let's go. Did a bit of off-screening that involved the Devil's Desert, where I believe we've wiped out all the monsters that appear around here. So in my off-screening, I've really been just exterminating quite a few species. Fang's Truth. What is the best way to keep buried treasure away from your enemies? Find it first, of course. If the Order could not find the Clavis, they could not force Vanille to sacrifice herself in the Soul Song. That is why Fang has spent long years here in the mystery of the desert, watching over the ruins. In the end, her efforts were in vain, and the Order made off with the prize. But Fang doesn't give up easily. I have no doubt what she intends to do now. She will try and stop the ceremony. Crocker. So I've got pretty much. Oh no, I guess I went with Velvet Bouncer instead of Primavera, but it's the same basic deal. No, I don't want to delete the schema. Why did I go with Velvet Bouncer, I wonder? I guess what I'm trying to figure out is auto ability summary. Strength plus 10. Where is ATV Recovery 5 coming from? Okay, I've got Bandit, Scarf. Then hand to hand. Alright. But here I'm using Guard because it does strength minus 50, which is obviously not that great, but it's giving us ATP speed plus 25, I believe. Yeah, it gives you strength. Stagger power minus 90, ATP strength plus 25. And which is called the Decider of Victory. It's a really weird one because it's not good for stagger power minus 90%. I mean, it's not good. It seems like you're supposed to. It almost feels like a celestial weapon from Final Fantasy X before you unlock its true potential. But it's basically fine for something where I'm not doing damage. I'm just defending because it gives us a quick ATP recovery. Which is handy because you don't want to run out of ATP on your defensive schema and you can't guard anymore. That's bad news. So quest-wise, now I'm just kind of parked here. Oh yeah, let's look at the data log. I'm parked here because there were quests that could be done. But, finished off the Cyclopses, but you guys have already seen that. So, we finished off Cactuar Omega. And if there's any of these you want to see, let me know. But I just kind of assume it's okay to fight a purple version of enemies you've already seen. So I finished off the Schrodinger's. Desert Sahagins. These guys are a real pain to fight because they just run around and knock you over, but they don't have a whole lot of resistance of any kind. But we got Chocobo Eater, and we got Earth Eater, who were a bit nasty, but again, like, I just kind of got in the groove against them. You defend against the same things you defend against with the Chocobo Eater by and large, but they buff themselves with things like haste and faith and bravery, and I'm using a garb that steals those, which suddenly makes them far less threatening. They're still pretty threatening. I shouldn't say that they're far less threatening, but it makes it so that you can actually turn it to your advantage, so to speak. So let's see what some side quests we can find around here.
I know you. You're that new bandit everyone's talking about.
Hey, it's Jacked, or Big Boss.
Well, I don't listen to rumors.
Ooh, look at little Miss Antisocial. Well, I'm Jameis, former bandit.
Former?
Sure, now I'm just a useless sponge, soap and booze.
Oh, it sounds like you're having
I
fun.
drink a whole ocean of chaos to drown my sorrows.
Oh, okay.
I've been away
Go absorb
from
all the
desert for a
chaos.
while now, but I came
will help
right
us all.
back when I heard about you, girly.
Girly.
And what do I have to do with anything?
By the way, my name is
Sit back
Girly.
and let me tell you the tale about my days as a greedy bandit.
I've got better
I'd do
things to do.
anything. I'd pick a ruin clean and then go right back out for more. Even some.
It was like Bobo and JG playing Diablo 2 without Grimmeth. I would pick up every piece of garbage loot drops and sell it, and then reset the level and do it all again.
Someone like me had a family. We may not have been related by blood, but my kids loved me like I was the greatest.
Especially Titus, he
But
loved me.
156 years ago, on a day I can't forget, a day I don't want to remember.
Okay,
Then don't. No one's asking you to.
that's really not
Hold on,
helping Lightning.
please. I've come all this way. At least hear me out. That day I had taken the kids with me to the ruins. It was just a regular day of exploration.
It's sort of slightly less
Until those
goofy looking than the
damn
giant
skeletons appeared.
glowing purple sword
There
she's been
wasn't
carrying
time
around.
to get the kids away. The only ones who
God,
survived.
oh, are you asking me to
Was
exterminate
you.
skeletons? Because I've already done
So
that.
you've been blaming yourself and plotting your vengeance? Is that it?
You overestimate a drunk like me. You
Amazing drunk. Saved her drunk like him.
think a washed-up loser like me has the guts to seek vengeance? I
Why
just
are you
turned
yelling at
tail and
me?
ran away straight into a bottle. All I could do was hate those skeletons from afar.
Yet you came back to the desert now. All because you heard about me joining the gang?
Cool.
I did. You managed to open the seals that no one else has been able to do a thing about.
Is there any way you could get that busker to shut up?
Me, it was you, so I came back. I've got to ask you a favor. I know you don't owe me a thing, but you're the only one I can ask. I'll get down and beg you. Just please.
Tell me what it is.
Please, destroy every last one of those skeleton bastards. Wipe them off the face of the world. I'll never rest easy until I know that they're gone.
I've already done
You
that.
couldn't save the children, but you think this might help.
You think Sally's
I know
feathers
it's
could
too
help?
much to ask a stranger, and I can't give you much in return, but
You can accept the quest, slay all the skeletons. And Ruffian Lightning encounters a former bandit by the name of Jameis. He is a tormented soul, cannot forget the day when skeletons attacked him and his children and left him as the only survivor. Jameis' life is in tatters, and he wants revenge. Yeah, this is kind of easy enough. I already did this.
Never mind that. It won't be easy, though. You better be ready for a wait.
I'll repay you somehow for this. I'll wait however long it takes. It'll be nothing compared to the past 150.
It's just this angle looks like he's wearing shades.
The
So
revenge you owe it.
I guess I didn't need to worry. I was mildly worried about quests where you're supposed to go out and defeat enemies, but apparently the main one I was worried about was the one where you need lots of like goblet tails or whatever. I guess it's set up so you can't fail quests that way. And this would be another one. It's like, oh no, I extinguished the species and now I'm supposed to fight the Omega or something. Yeah, you're pretty much okay.
His wanted is complete. I destroyed every last one of the skeletons that got your kids.
Everyone you encounter from this point forward, they'll all be just a gelatinous glob sloshing around with no skeleton inside. Also, how would he know if we're not like that we're telling the truth? Excuse me. I was trying to say, how would we know that we're not lying? How would he know?
You did it. You got revenge.
I can sense skeletons no longer exist by the lack of skeletons on my own body.
Do you feel better now?
Yep.
Yes. I suppose I do. But it's still not the same as having my kids back with me.
That's the way revenge goes.
Yeah, you're probably right. But at least it saved me from pickling myself to death.
That is a good question. If you're in a world where you don't normally die of natural causes, people can live more or less forever. They haven't really talked about whether people can still get sick. I guess that's come up. Like, there's still medicine for stuff. But can you die of cirrhosis in this world? I don't know.
You're done grieving?
I'll never stop grieving. But I feel like I can face the grief head on now.
This busker's really bothering me. I want to be living in a wine glass.
Tell my kids about this. I can't do much more to thank you, but at least take this.
And it kicks you in the lady nuts. Take my soul, please. We got 4,500 gil, a Pioneer's eye patch, and some stats. So really not that great, but we'd already done it, so.
For myself, I'd really like to uncover some treasure that no one's ever seen before.
Ain't no one ever seen it before.
Looks like you had yourself a successful hunt.
What? Oh, yeah.
Nice job out there. Here you go. Here's a little something extra for all the hard work and effort you've...
Crusader's Potion. Hey, the Crusaders, yeah? So for a small amount of HP and cast Protect, Shell, Veil, and Regen. Suppose I should just get rid of something that I'm able to buy elsewhere. This removes status ailments and applies cast Veil. This casts Veil, but you need to do it before you get elements. I'll get rid of the Mega Remedy.
So, are you interested in hearing the story I have for you?
Not if I have to listen to the busker.
In this world, new life isn't born anymore.
Uh-huh.
But chaos gives birth to monsters.
Oh, so they won't have Roe v. Wade controversies in this future. That's nice. Their country, not that they have a single country, they've got 2 cities and a couple of villages that don't seem to have a unified leadership, but they will not be tearing themselves apart at the seam over abortion rights. So that's nice, I guess.
Plants and animals flourish. It's just mankind that has stopped reproducing. We're the only ones kicked out of the circle of life.
Is that a story, really?
Who suddenly got it into their heads to change the world's natural ways. They figured they could use the soul seeds to create new human life. Their experiment was a rather simple one. They filled a jar with amniotic fluid and tried to make a baby. Well, a homunculus to be exact.
Well, there's no way that could possibly go wrong.
What were they thinking, huh? They managed to create life, but it wasn't anything.
Is that the guy with the skeleton? He's passed on the floor.
They killed the man. The woman managed to survive, but just barely. They went against God's ways, and that was their punishment, plain and simple.
Yeah, I would take it you would be on the pro-life side of Roe v. Wade that I just mentioned.
I think her name was Mal, or something like that.
Ah, never mind.
Only the 4 of us are interested in buying soul seeds.
That is weird. I do not remember coming across that dialogue before, and it seems like it doesn't go anywhere either.
I'm sure they're glad to be out of that dark hole too. Thank you for setting them free.
How about a drink to hydrate you?
Oh, okay, you can get him to stop. How do I put the sword away then? Okay.
You think I should just use that warp machine to get to the ruins? Won't suck out my soul or nothing, right?
Well, I didn't suck mine out. Not that I noticed, anyway.
My father is very successful in Yusnan, and I've lived my whole life without wanting for anything. Do you think there's any kind of treasure here that could still impress someone like me?
What the fuck are you doing here then, lady? Jesus. I literally came here
for the experience, so why don't you just show me the best treasure you've got? Oh, I'm just teasing you, silly bandit.
Okay, they really are not going out of their way to, like, it's like her character is annoying tourist.
Isn't it such a bore waiting for the world to hurry up and end already? It goes the same for a lady like me or a filthy bandit. I wonder exactly how one gets wasted. Do you know?
What the?
My father is very successful.
I don't understand the purpose of this NPC.
The folks of this here gang sure are decent.
I'm trying to talk to the lady who just curled up on the floor for no reason.
New bandits are crawling out of the woodwork. Maybe I ought to give them a good scare.
By crawling up on the floor. Thoughtful bandit. Anyway, we got a few quests that can be done around here, but there's a specific person I'm looking for that I'm not seeing. And time is passing. Oh, they're on the 2nd floor, so. Okay.
That kid just gives you the creeps. You know what I mean? He first came here to the desert with his folks.
Are you talking about Hope? Okay, well, I don't have a... I don't know how I'm supposed to get over there, but... Probably was supposed to go the other way around.
Ah, shut up, woke. There's no noint anymore.
What?
What are you doing?
Nothing much. Just gilling my spots for hall to ear. Dutter do-yoing, wum-ass.
Hope, can you interpret this for me?
No, it's not at all difficult to understand. He's being some kind of dick.
But I don't have enough data yet to break it.
He's just changing the first letter of words. It's not that complicated.
Can't you speak normally?
Called us a dumbass.
Show knit. Of course I can.
He said no.
Look,
shit
I don't
there.
have any info about any treasure, if that's what you're looking for. I've got no interest in it. Buffet to you.
Doesn't seem like many people choose to live out here unless they're after treasure. So, what's your story?
Yeah, I like word cipher. It's not even a cipher.
The world's going to end soon anyway, right? If that's the case, what's the point in having dreams or working hard?
There's no point in anything except having an annoying verbal tick.
So sitting around waiting for the end was the best idea you could come up with. Nice way to spend your last days.
Hope no powders night.
Yeah, it's boring, but nothing I do now makes any sort of difference anyway, so why bother?
Fine.
No matter how much I might unravel
The mysteries of the desert.
None of these bandits care. They don't even listen to my findings. Troan even nice to understand.
I get that it's hard to stay motivated when no one appreciates what you do.
Oh, and by the way, suddenly I can understand the stuff you're saying in code.
I'd say so. If you get it, why are you giving me a hard time? Just leave me alone. I'm done with all of it. I ditched
Alright,
I'll leave. Find any of my old
I can tell I'm not wanted here.
Take them away with you.
I think I may just do that. They deserve better than getting tossed aside by some sulking, spoiled kid.
Fake them, 10.
Speaking of equipment, didn't you pick up some sort of tool in the desert before?
Yep.
Why don't you show him? See how he reacts.
Alright, this video will end up going slightly long, but let's knock out Gurngatch notes. Oh yeah, Gurngatch also, I also wiped them out. They had been right on the edge of, for a while. Like, I'd beaten up the regular ones because they dropped Metagard, but I got to the Omega one and couldn't defeat it, and then more recently I fought the Omega one, and yeah, with some of the upgrades to our attack damage, as long as I was willing to get it dizzied, or rather staggered, and then spam the chrono whatever thing, I was able to do enough damage to take him out. I actually got to a point where I would know what enemy would spawn next, and it was an Omega. I would save and I would fight it, and I would refight it until it dropped a gold version of whatever its skill drop is. So apparently, whatever quest item we're supposed to find for this kid, and maybe he tells us to go find something, and since we already found it, that dialogue's cut off. But Hope's dialogue suggests we already have it, so let's talk to him. Because I remember I looked up unappraised item on the wiki because I kept finding them and not knowing what to do with them, and that quest ties to this kid. So we found a loop. He wants a loop. Here's a loop.
Is it?
We got to tick
Don't
over
tell me
the
you
loop.
actually found something.
Is this it? What you threw away?
How did you... Dad's loop?
Dad?
Yeah,
Who
he
learned
had a
that?
loop, and you've given it
Give
to
back
me.
to me. Now!
You want it back? Who was it that told me I was welcome to whatever I could find?
And then you just
I'm not sure I want to give
kick
it
him
up.
off of the second floor balcony so he lands on his
Fine.
back on the floor,
I'll talk if
breaks
I
his back,
have
and
to.
spends eternity as a
My
crippled
dad
kid.
was a great bandit, okay? But he
That's
was
what
also
Lightning's
a
all
great
about.
appraiser.
Crippling
He
children.
spent his whole life studying the relics in these ruins.
Wan
So
runes?
he wanted you to follow in his footsteps.
Oh, it wasn't like that. Not at all.
No.
He taught me everything he knew so that I could become a scholar. He wanted me to be able to unravel the mysteries of the past.
The mystery of the desert.
But then he disappeared. Never made it home. No one ever found any clue as to what happened.
Boo-hoo.
He left me and took my only chance at becoming a scholar with him. Didn't have much choice. I could appraise or starve.
Is that why you threw away his tools? In order to spite your father?
Yep.
It was stupid. I was stupid. I should have just done what my dad wanted and kept working to be a real scholar.
Oopid.
This world is nearly done for. But if I'm ever reborn, I promise I'll take things a bit more seriously. I'll give it my all. I'll study hard and I'll
give
become a
it my
great scholar, solve all
gall.
kinds of mysteries. Or maybe that's too much to ask for.
Yeah, probably.
You should dream big, and the first step to making your dream come true is believing it can come true.
And the first step is, it's like accepting you have a problem. Never mind. Alright, so quest completed. We got retroscopes. We got some stuff.
If I want to make my dreams come true, I've got to be at least a better appraiser than my father was.
It's important to be better than
I
that
know.
jackass.
That's what he would have wanted, too. If you find any treasures in the ruins or out in the desert, please bring them to me to be appraised.
Okay, here's like
Want me to
800.
appraise anything odd for you?
Yep. Oh. Oh, I've been finding ethers, huh? Okay, so I got a Pilgrim's Crux, I got an ether, platinum ore, a bunch of bronze medals, silver medals, and crystal medals. You'd think, considering that she's picked all of these items up before, she would have recognized any of them without them needing to be appraised. But at any rate, it appears that unappraised items are just basically money, except for Pilgrim's Crux and ether. So the vast majority of them are just money items of varying degrees of
this
stuff.
Is valuable. You'll be able to sell it at a good price.
Anyway, I'm gonna make time with this hot little girl over here.
Treasure.
Alright, well, there's a quest to get lizard tails, which I thought might be unappraised items, but I do not believe that is the case anymore. Alright, I am gonna throw down a new save. I'm gonna call it a video, and when we come back next time, we are just kind of at our own devices. Now that I've got these ethers, I might be willing to use chronostasis just to give ourselves more time to do side quests, but I think we've reached a mode now where I got ahead of some stuff. There are very few monsters left that we could fight the Omega versions. And honestly, the ones that are left, like, I know there's a Hoplite Omega. Hoplites give, like, very little EP. So if I was fighting a bunch of them, I'd either eat up a lot of time, or I'd eat up all of our EP trying to keep chronostasis going. So we might have reached a point where when we get to the dungeon of the last ones, we might just fight a few last ones there, because we don't have very many threatening last ones left. We've really cleared out a lot of the monster part of this game. Because this game is less about fighting monsters than it is about some of these silly... It's a weird mix between running around finding stuff and... I don't know, I would find this to be a really chill... It's like a halfway point between an early MMO RPG and a single-player RPG. The timer clock mechanism really makes it difficult to relax and enjoy what is otherwise a really relaxed and chill kind of game. Anyway, we've already gone long, so I'm going to stop talking now, and when we come back next time, we're just going to be wandering around, finding things to do, waiting for the end of the world. Just like our real lives, folks. What a cheerful thought. See you next time.